Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mainstream Indie Music Channel. And I want to give a special shout out. We are at 440 subscribers. The growth is just unbelievable in my eyes. Like I've told you guys numerous times in the past, I work multiple jobs. I started this channel just to simply talk about something that I care passionately about, and that is indie music. It's still my favorite music to this day. And I love to find bands. I love to find musicians. And I love to find scenarios now. I started the new kind of, you could say, channel within this channel, if that makes any sense. But anyway, or a new playlist is probably a better word, of the what if scenarios, where it seemed like indie music bands are always just kind of one step away from making it mainstream, and then something happens and they're unable to do it. So a lot of these what if episodes are going to literally be what would happen if that didn't happen, essentially. So the first one, we swapped Motion City soundtrack with Fall Out Boy's kind of career, and then this latest one, we swapped the Killers with the Bravery's career, and vice versa. So it's just so cool to kind of just highlight all these new ideas too, along with our usual kind of reviews. And I just want to thank y'all. We're closing in on 450 subscribers. I just remember talking to you guys, it seems like yesterday, saying, man, I remember floating in between 49 and 50 subscribers, and yet here we are. So thank you guys for your support. Thank you for continuing to engage, to watch these videos. And let's just go on to this week's episode. This week, we are talking about a very special musician. From time to time, we encounter people in the music field, not even in the indie music field, but the music field overall, where they are so talented that they don't even decide to stay in the realms of just music. They like to entertain people so much and are so artistic that they reach out into film as well, and they become actors. Now, sometimes it works. Sometimes it works and they're successful at it. Sometimes it does not work. However, Babatunde Adebimpe, I hope I'm saying that right, is an exception to that rule, because Babatunde, or Tunde, I'm going to refer to him as Tunde the rest of the episode here. He is extremely talented, and the reason why I decided to make this video about him in the first place was because all of a sudden his face popped up in the movie Twisters that I was watching. And once I got over that shock of seeing him in there, I decided to see if he had done anything else, and lo and behold, of course he has. So a little history into him. We're not going to get into it too much, but a little history into him. He was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri, and his parents were Nigerian immigrants. So he grew up here in the United States, and right away, in 1998, so at that point, he's only a little over 30 years old. He is an animator for the MTV's program Celebrity Deathmatch, if you guys remember that. In 2003, he directs the music video for the Yeah 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 song Pin. And he has made a lot of cameos. Sometimes it's kind of as himself, where people kind of recognize who he is, such as Portlandia. But he's also appeared in voiceovers such as Adventure Time. He appeared in Spider-Man Homecoming. And then, like I said, he appeared in Twisters. But I'm sure if you're watching this episode, you know that there is a lot more to him than just his acting career. He was the biggest part, I would venture to say, in the band TV on the Radio, which is a huge indie band from the early 2000s. TV on the Radio was formed way back in 2001. indie rock band. They went through a lot of, sad things. Unfortunately, one of their band members passed away from cancer as well. But what's kind of cool is both Tunde and TV on the Radio, their second album, Return to Cookie Mountain, was absolutely huge because of not only them, but of the guest appearances that are found in that album, including David Bowie. So that did absolutely amazing. TV on the Radio and Tunde really don't rush to make music. They have made quite some music, but their third album was released in 2008, which it did very, very well. And they would kind of follow, the same patterns. But then in 2009, all of a sudden, he announced that they would be taking, Tunde announced that they would be taking a hiatus. And so they kind of split, started to do their own thing. And then in 2011, so a little over a year later, they came back together and made a fourth album after that, which was released not that long afterwards in April 2011. What's kind of cool is for their fourth album, they made a music video and a 1-hour film containing all the music videos for their songs in their album. And Tunde oversaw the entire project, even though there was different directors. And sadly, like I said, that's when one of their band members was diagnosed with lung cancer. Very, very hard. Very, very difficult. Can't even imagine them going through something like that. And then TV on the Radio has not really done anything since 2014, 2015. However, I would venture to say that they are not done as a band. And especially Tunde. He, like I said, on top of movies, even with music, he continues to collaborate with different people, with different artists. And it seems like he doesn't want to stop working. He's collaborated to do video games. He has worked with other indie bands supporting their album and their music as well. And if you remember when I first started, he was a little bit into actual art as well because he did the stop motion thing in Celebrity Deathmatch. Well, he still designs, he still draws and paints as well. He is in charge of all of TV the Radio's album covers. He even painted the cover as well for one of their singles. And he has even directed an entire art show in Minneapolis in the Walker Art Center. He did an entire multimedia performance work art as well. So, I mean, put simply, Tunde just loves art. Whether it was starting from his humble roots in animation, and then performing, in a rock band with music, whether it was directing all of the music videos, whether it's appearing in major motion pictures and other smaller kind of indie films. He simply loves art, and you got to appreciate him for that. If you haven't listened to TV on the Radio, please do, and please listen to Wolf Like Me. It's an indie anthem. You really got to get into it. And I want to hear from you guys. What's your favorite Tunde thing that he's ever done? What's your favorite TV on the Radio song? Let me know, and I will see y'all next week. Peace.